Morning, tribe. We're here on my property. We're going to try out a couple of techniques I'm going to try to combine together with to utilize the Swiss seat in an emergency situation. I feel pretty lucky. My property has a lot of deep cuts and valleys. I'll flip this around here and show you. This is actually an old coal mine that I live on, so I've got a lot of deep cuts, some pretty steep inclines. I'm going to flip this around. My dog's laying down here in some water trying to stay cool. It's supposed to get like 100 degrees today. But we're going to flip this around and kind of show you. This isn't a real steep one. If something here doesn't go the way I want it to, I don't want to kill myself. We're going to flip that around, kind of show you there. This is, isn't too bad. He's down there laying in the water cooling off. But here we've got our Swiss seat. Flip this around. We've got our Swiss seat already tied, ready to go. Make sure there's no gap here. I want to make sure that's very important. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to emulate an actual emergency rappel situation. So what I've got here is just simple stuff that you might have in everyday life. Standard rope here. We're going to have 100 feet of 5/16 cord. It's not an actual climbing rope. This may not be something you have readily available. But it does have a 200-pound breaking limit. For me, that's perfectly fine. Currently setting about a 132. And then instead of a carabiner, because we're not all probably going to have climbing carabiners or anything like that, what we've got here is a 2,000-pound chain link splice. Kind of the same concept, screw lock on it. But this has a 2,000-pound breaking weight. It's a nice smooth surface so the rope can slide on it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hook this up, kind of show you how to do this, but this is a single rope rappel, single carabiner, or single clip rappel. Kind of a technique that I found, and we're going to see how this works out for us. Alright, so what we're going to do is now we're going to hook this thing in. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. We're going to take our carabiner, or our chain clip. We're going to feed that through both of our ropes here. So we're going to start in the top, go down through the first one, and make sure you go through that wrap. Okay, so make sure that slick side is on the top. You want your slick side because that's where that rope's going to be feeding across, so make sure that stays on the top. We're going to take our line and go through it, and then on the top side here we'll pull some excess. Then we're going to make a loop. In that loop, we're going to turn it 3 times. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we're going to bring that loop back through. And then lock this thing down. Make sure that's nice and tight. And then let it cinch down. So we're going to kind of hold that knot and let it cinch down. It's going to kind of look like this, so it's kind of hard to tell. We're going to have that. I'll take a close-up picture here. But as you can tell, when you pull on that, it's going to cinch down, and you're not going to be able to, and it's going to hold your weight. Alright, as you can see, I've got that tied up. What we're doing is we're actually leaning back, and we're putting weight on this. So right now this thing is actually holding my weight. I'm going to flip hands here. So this thing's actually holding my weight. You can see, got a little bit of a gap there, but not too bad. And to rappel on this, all you do is just let your brake hand and feed some rope through it. What that's going to do is just going to let us, and then just put tension back on it to stop it. Like I said, this is not for like anything that you probably would want to do over and over again. It does put a twist on the rope a little bit, but in an emergency situation, this will work very well if you need to get down quickly. This is not a retrieval, so once you're there, your rope's tied, it's done, you're done. But like I said, in an emergency situation, this should work perfectly. So like I said, we're going to try to set a camera up and see if we can't get some video of this going down. Alright, so we're hooked in here, and you can tell we're getting toward the edge. So let's see how this thing does. Oh, it looks pretty good there. Had a rotten branch. Held us up good. We're controlling our descent pretty good. It's really surprisingly easy to control. Like I said, if you don't want a really fast descent, this is definitely the way to go. You can speed it up if you need to. And we're safely at the bottom. Unlatch this here. Fingers are getting a little sweaty. Quickly unlatch there, and yeah, we're safely at the bottom. Alright, and there you go. Again, this Camshaft Mass Tactical Warrior Tribe. Hope y'all liked that video. I've got some more steeper cliffs, some steeper drop-offs. Get some time later this week. I may try that out on those. And like they say, if it's not hurting you, your Swiss seat, you didn't do it right. And let me tell you, it'll dig in a little bit. Once you start putting weight on that thing. So be careful if you do try anything like this. Like I said, this wasn't a real steep drop-off, so even if something would have happened, really wouldn't have been a big deal. But if you do try this, make sure to use extreme caution. Usually you want to do this with a buddy, a partner, somebody who can watch you, stuff like that. But everybody have a good day and stay strong.